a lot of surprise too, with the signing of DJ Chark, who was formerly of the Lions and the Carolina Panthers, and was drafted by the Jaguars in the second round. He's been around a while. He's been hurt a lot the last couple of years, but when he's healthy, you talk about a guy with 4.3 speed, decent hands, and you add another weapon to this offense. Give Michael Penix another deep threat. So my question to you in the chat: will he find a way to make this roster? Because you just talked about Steals. We've talked about Chris Blair, and we gave on that receivers training camp podcast show who we thought was going to make the roster. Now that we have this guy, the veteran, does he sneak in and take someone's spot? Because as I've said, Cordero Hodge and Jamal Agnew, I feel like with their special teams prowess, I feel like they're going to be locks. But could he find a way to stay as a number 6 receiver and find his way on the field? It's a possibility.
It's a possibility, man. I mean, because of course, coming in, like people think that he is coming in because Darnell Mooney may not be ready for week 1. And I don't think it was necessarily because of that. I know what Coach was saying.
Appreciate it.
That Easton Stick was the one
Appreciate
that
it.
brought it to his attention. He was brought to the Falcons' attention because of Easton Stick, and those two played with the Chargers. So he was just, giving, saying shout out to y'all guys, man. What it do, family. But yeah, man, it just you seen it, and you just like, okay, you get that reference, you get that guy that's going to come in that can take the top off as well. When he first came in, he was supposed to be one of those guys for Jacksonville, and he did show some promise. But like you said, injuries, and we already know your best ability is your availability, and so that's why he kind of been bouncing around like that. But if he can come in and carve himself out a role and show those signs of those old, videos that you will see, you can look up and pull up on YouTube about it. If he can show some of that, then I believe he possibly can carve out a way. My thing would be, if he does, who in the world would you be getting rid of? That would be the good question, because you got Nick Nash, who's also coming along in camp as well. He's been doing well. You have Chris Blair out there. You have the Cordero Hodges, who is, who was running with the first team on the second day of training camp. They had him and a couple of players running with the first team. Of course, that was due to Darnell Mooney not being present. So you look at it, it's like you do have a full locker room of wide receivers. It's going to be competition all over, and that's what you exactly expect. It's going to be up to the coaching staff to figure out which one of these guys is best primed to work in Zach Robinson's scheme. So I feel like it's going to be constant competition going on within this camp, and you see it early. So expect it more and more within this camp, and I can't wait until they get to the pads, and especially like with those joint practices, I can't wait, because it's still friendly fire right now, but you still have to have a guy with cruel intentions coming at you, a guy who's not a friendly, so you can kind of like let your hair down, so to speak, really get after it.
Facts. But yeah, I agree, man. DJ could bring another element to this team. Could be another one of those guys. He could be a Darnell Mooney type impact if everything works out. But the crazy thing is, in the NFL, is all in who you know as well. Because if you want from Easton Stick, the third string quarterback, you probably wouldn't have got this chance, because actually DJ was thinking about retiring. He had it on the table, and I think he was probably gonna hang him up at 28 years old. And yeah, I know he's still young, but those injuries catch up, and they down the road, they can get you. But as I look at his numbers, man, remember second year in the league in 2019, he was a Pro Bowler, had 73 catches for 1,000 yards and eight touchdowns. So he's done his thing, man. He's just succumbed to injuries. Now, his last season, when he played at least 15 games, was 2 seasons ago in Carolina, but he still only had 35 catches for 525 yards and 5 touchdowns, but he averaged 15 yards a catch. So it lets you know that he can take the top off and get versatile, and that's what they need. So yeah, I mean,
Because
this
it
was
can't
a
be all just Mooney. Mooney can do it, but that's not what his, that's not the player that Mooney is. Mooney can make catches, at all three levels. And we know that Drake isn't the take the top off guy. Drake is going to do all the dirty work underneath. I also seen Drake in the slot against Jesse Bates a couple of times too. So, so they're going to continue to use him in that slot role. But you think about it, he had a career year of being placed all over the spot, all over the place on the outside, in the slot, a couple of times being in motion. So it just like they used Drake well. He benefited off of it. Now, as long as we can have Darnell Mooney remaining healthy, so we can see what he can also do. I mean, we've seen. Oh, and also don't have some of those drops, man, because I know he's so fast and he's thinking about what he's about to do
right,
next. Sometimes he knows how you try to take off before you actually secure the ball. So I want to see him do more of that, but I just want to see him healthy because I believe in Darnell Mooney being able to be that guy to really, at all three levels. Like I said, being able to catch,
right.
his catch radius is pretty darn good too. And honestly, I think Darnell is a player that's really ready to show everybody that look, I'm a consistent 1,000-yard receiver. I just need to you just got to give him the opportunities.
And
Every
he
player.
has a talent because you got to remember this guy had a damn 1,000 yard season with Mitchell Trubisky as the quarterback. Just think
Mhm.
about that. If you can get a 1,000 yard season with Mitchell Trubisky as the quarterback, hey, you're good to go. But what I love about Darnell Mooney is he's one of those guys that always come through in the clutch. When
Right.
you have a second and long or a third and long, he's always one of those guys that's going to find a way to get open. So yeah, with DJ coming in, I think he pushes Mooney. I think he pushes Ray. He pushes everybody because they're going to be competing for playing time. And Ray McLeod, to me, overachieved last year. Like I've been saying, you get a guy like DJ who's a little bit bigger, and he's just as fast, if not faster.
Mhm.
So I think Ray could have some competition at that number 3 spot. Then you let's talk about Nick Nash as well. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who stays and who goes because at the end of the day, um, it's only about 6 to 7 spots at the wide receiver position.